Spurs fans. It's Paul the Hotspur Hippie here. Hope you're all doing well. Looks like there's a bit of schmutz on my lens here. Hang on a minute. Oh, let's get that clean with my t-shirt. There we go. Hello, everyone. Big news. Arsenal beat Sheffield United 5-0. What difference does that make to us? 0, because we're still top, aren't we? Still top. They could win 10-0. Oh, they're probably going on about, we've got a better goal difference than Spurs now. If they just lose or draw a game and we win, we'll overtake them. They're having to think. I don't have to think. I love not having to think. Thinking's really overrated. So I just bobble about. What else happened in the other results? So we're, of course, first cab off the rank. Tottenham Hotspur, by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen. 2. Crystal Palace 1 at their manor. Chelsea 0. Brentford 2. How about that? Oh, poor old Chelsea. Blimey. If they're getting done by Brentford at home, I can't wait till they come to White Hart Lane next week. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, there's a little thing there. There was Arsenal 5, Sheffield United 0. Who cares? It's not enough, is it? It's not enough, Lego head, Sharteta. I wonder which goalkeeper he played. I can't look at it. Oh, well. That's about the most exciting thing that's coming out of Arsenal, isn't it, really? Which goalie are they going to play? It's nothing to do with football. It's like, who's number 1? Bournemouth 2, Burnley 1. Wolves 2, Newcastle 2. Another of our so-called rivals dropping points. And that's it. Tonight we've got West Ham against Everton, Brighton against Fulham, Aston Villa against Luton, and then I can't see the rest because I'd have to scroll up and I use my phone as a mouse, and don't worry about it. I was going to do this stream on the PC. It's just lagging a little bit, so it's back to the phone at the moment. Of course, when I become a YouTube millionaire, I'll have the best equipment to give you the best entertainment. Super chats and memberships are available. Well, I hope you're doing well. Isn't it nice isn't it wonderful having a nice, relaxing, stress-free weekend, isn't it? Nothing to worry about. Just listening to the birds, tweeting the trees. It doesn't matter, does it? I'm not there chewing my fingernails down to a stump for real no reason, because we weren't going to win the league in previous years. But I always do the calculations. But this year, it's looking good. Ange continues his best start as a Premier League debutant ever. You know, I wonder it'd be interesting if I wish they'd include the first division in these stats, so you'd have more of an. I mean, 1992, okay, maybe for you youngsters out there, it seems like a long time ago, but like I was out and about, wasn't I? I was out and about, so it seems like yesterday to me. But if you went back to when was the FA invented? 1881, I believe. It must have been, because we won the centenary. Well, that was when the FA Cup was, isn't it? 1881. So a bit before that, maybe. Be nice to know all the way back then. That's what I mean. I'm not a huge cricket fan, but it's one thing I do enjoy about Test match cricket. Whenever they, during pretty much every Test match, they'll bring up a list of obscure records, like record-winning 5th wicket partnership or something, and there'd be something there from 1912, 1932, 1951, all that sort of stuff, whereas we're all stuck in this cult of the new world of the Premier League. And well, I'll take it. So and we've won all our games in October so far. Have we got any more? That's it, isn't it? I mean, Ange has got to win the Premier League Manager of the Month again. I told you when before they handed out the first gong, I said, I don't know if they want to give it to Ange. They're just painting themselves into a corner. They're just going to have to give it to him every month now, because we're only getting better. It's not like new manager bounce. I didn't hear people say. I bet people were saying that out there. Tottenham are enjoying a honeymoon period, a new manager bounce. Bollocks. Much more than that, man. Much more than that. Anyway, it's the Hotspur Hippie Happy Hour. Which means I'll be going about an hour because I've got to go to work. But I thought, you know what? while I'm having my coffee, I'll talk a bit of Spurs to get you all G'd up for the day. So let's see what's happening in the old chat, eh? I mean, I've only been up a little bit, so I haven't really looked at news. Don't come here for news. Just come here for, you know, ignorant opinion and silliness. That's why you come here. Don't think I know what I'm talking about for a second. Stewie Spurs, I think this is a new name, man. Welcome, hello. I'll say that before I read the chat. Before I read his comment, though, could be anything, couldn't it? Could be hey, Hotspur Hippie, loving Ange Ball. See, I think it's just football, man. I think it's just football. I think Ange has been brought up in this. It's almost like a time capsule. The way his career started, and he was over here in Australia, time capsule where football in the rest of the world's trying to got a little bit fancy, a little bit this, a little bit that, and they've forgotten the object of the game, which is to stick the round thing in the rectangle. That's all you got to do. You just focus on that, and the rest takes care of itself. So he comes out at the Premier League, oh well, I thought football was about this, and everyone say, oh no, you can't play football like that. You'll be caught out. You'll be caught out. Teams will find you out. They'll score more goals. It's like, no, they won't. Anyway, loving Ange Ball. I'm not going to get carried away, though. Well, I am. Because in my mind, right, if we do end up winning the Premier League, which we're the most likely team to do so, but if we do, then I'll have enjoyed the whole year. Way, the whole, whoa, sucked it all in. And if we don't, if it all goes bottom up next week, at least I've had fun now. These moments in sport don't come along very long. I can tell you, man, they don't. So I'm going to love it while it's here. And if it don't happen, I'm not even going to be disappointed because this is so much better. This is so much better than I've been seeing, It's great. I'm not going to get carried away. Okay. Let's calm down. I think fifth has to be a realistic target. And hopefully go for the FA Cup. I mean, we're going to cock up a lot to end up down in fifth, man. But, well. Look, as I say, if it all goes wrong and that's where we end up, I'm still happy, man. I'm still happy. But I think we've got... Look, I might do a video about this later today. But I think Ange is telling us. Well, he's not telling us. He's subtly... I was chatting to Ellie about this last night, and she was saying this as well. He's planting some seeds for us to take. There's been a number... Hang on, I'll finish your comment and I might have a little rant about this. FA Cup, but I'll enjoy being top while it lasts. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, right, we're on the same thing. That's cool, man. That's cool. But Ange is kind of saying to us, let's go. Look, when you hear things... I'm joining the dots here. I haven't got my tinfoil hat because I don't have one. But he's saying it's all about him creating an environment where the players can flourish and play their game of football. And part of that is what we provide as fans. So even though he's at pains to not tell us what we should and shouldn't do, he's clearly saying it's all right for us to have a bit of a party. He said it a number of times. And the most recently I heard was, someone asked him, is it all right for the fans to dream in the year? He said, yeah. And he said, well, dreams go on until someone wakes you up. He's letting us know, man. He's letting us know because he knows that the more we're like that, it will rub off on the team. Look, it doesn't guarantee us winning anything and all that, but it adds to the positivity about the place. So I think Ange is being a very clever man as usual, so I think we get on board, man. But enjoy it while it's here. Why not, man? James Paratrooper. G'day, Paul. G'day, man. How you going? Mark N, how are you, my good man? Not bad, man. Still top. Oh, is that right? Oh, because I saw Arsenal smash Sheffield United 5-0. Doesn't that mean they go top? Oh, it doesn't, does it? We're still top. Still top by 2 points. Oh, unlucky Arsenal. I'm sure it was a great game, great performance. It's not enough, though, is it? It's not enough. Over the course of 10 games, we're the best team. Unlucky. God, I feel sorry for Plumstead Woolwich United, haven't you? Bless them. Mark N, I think next season Pape Sarr becomes a homegrown player. because he will be with us 3 seasons. Get out, really? I don't understand that homegrown rule, man. It's weird, eh? But I'll take it. I'll take it. You'll be with us 3 seasons before the age of 21. You know, I forget how young the guy is. How young. I shouldn't really, because he plays with no fear, and you know maybe that's because of his age as well. You know, he's fantastic. The amount of running he does, and you know he's challenging some meaty players. He's taking it from some meaty players as well. I think he's great. And I like the song the Spurs fans are singing. I'm assuming that's coming from James Black, because I know he did a song called Sour Man, so I doubt they would change James's lyrics. I think I've got a sneeze, man. I've got a sneeze coming. Nah, it's just one of those ones that sort of bit of a tease. They never fully go away. It's just going away, hiding, and then when I'm least expecting it, it's sneeze. There's a Sour Man. He's magic on the ball. He plays for Tottenham Hotspur and he comes from Senegal. Love it. James Paratrooper, did you see Lego Man going crazy at his players and they weren't even listening to him? Oh, really? No, I didn't. Oh, he's run out of motivational stories, hasn't he? He's run out of motivation. He's already done his like health crisis when he was a kid. He's done the light bulb. He's played You Never Walk Alone. He's like run out. He's run out. I think he ran out of ideas last February, March. He just ran out. So that's why they've been rubbish since then. He's peaked. He's peaked. Oh, actually, you know, I'd heard something really dumb that he was saying, because they've got a few injuries at the moment. Oh, and now we've got the paper thin squad. Oh, you don't hear Ange Postecoglou going up to the press and saying, there should be 10 substitutes in a game. There should be more than 25 players in a squad. This is what Arteta's saying. He's saying there should be 10 substitutes in a game. Ah, oh, what a loser. Oh, my Lord. Ange wouldn't care if there was no substitutes. Back to what was it, 1980 days or whenever it was. I remember when I was watching, it was 2 subs. I'd like to go back to that. I'd like to go the other way, Arteta. You're being weak. I'm being a strong bum on a couch. That's what I'm being. Being very brave from very far away. Jam Video 1000. I'm normally Mr. Doom and Gloom about Spurs. Normally. Is there a coming up? Is there a but? Here we go. This year I can see us getting better and better. Yes, that's it. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, Jam. That's it. If we start off like this, we can only get better. That's it, man. How many months has Ange been here? So July, August, September. He's not even been here 4 months. Isn't that amazing? He's been there, like 10 years? Arteta's been there 15 years? I don't know, whatever it is, it's way longer than Ange. And then look at all our news. Oh, and I'm hearing, what is it, about Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, all these players. Oh, it takes them a while to bed in. Well, I mean, it might take them a while to bed in because of their high price tags. James Maddison, bang. Mickey van der Ven, bang. Vicario, bang. There was it. Maybe it's because we're buying cheap. I don't know. Maybe they don't need their entourage. You know, these $100 million players, these £100 million players. Bless them. Take a bit of time to settle in. Yeah, you take your time. Just ease your way in. Oh, you know, I'll start coming to train at maybe 2 in the afternoon. I'll taper it up to 11 a.m. by the end of the season. You know, maybe next season I'll start earning my money. Yeah, that's how it works. James Maddison, bang! That's how it works. Stu Spurs, I love to see Van der Ven and Kyle Walker. Hang on, where are we going? I'd love to see Van der Ven and Kyle Walker in a race. Whoa, I think it'd be really close. I know, well, no, I was going to say I know my money beyond, but I don't like betting slang anyway. So I think it would be really close. Van der Ven is so quick that whenever he's so fast, like there's going to come a game. There's going to come a game where we're like 3-0 down, and Mickey Van der Ven will just do like a flash, and he'll run so fast, he'll rewind time, and then give us another go at the game. That's how quick he is. Van der Ven is so quick that whenever a team gets in behind us, he always seems to catch them up and tackle them. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. The other guy that I see doing something similar is Udogie, Destiny. It's the Fulham game where Fulham was on the attack, and it just looked like they were running on different speeds, not just speeds but awareness and everything. Because it looked like Destiny Udogie sort of took the ball, then went off the pitch with it, easy, like taking candies off a baby. We've got a very good defence at the moment, very good defence. James Paratrooper, we have Emma Goat. I know, he was great. I thought he was great. Absolutely. Did a really good job with a really, it wasn't just what he did, it's his attitude as well. He's full of, happy to be playing football. Like Ange said in his press conference, we're living the dream. We're playing football. I mean, wow. They found the exit. They found the exit from all this, whether you're a factory, manual labour, sitting in a cubicle, pretending to work, then doing a quick alt tab, pretending to everyone, saying things, lies to people like, I'm so much more productive when I work at home. No, you're not. You're watching Judge Judy. I'm speaking from my own experience there. Maybe you're not. That's what, I'm so much more productive. They found the way out. They're playing football. Good on them. Good on them. Professional sport, rock star. There's your way. There's your way out. There's your exits. Brilliant. Bentoncourt, so nice having him back. Brennan, well, here we go, man. See what the kid's got. Hoiberg, fantastic. Gil Messi, this idea we have become a thin bench is a myth. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm still hearing it. We're a couple of injuries away. We've had injuries. Perisic, Solomon, Bentoncourt, Destiny. Basuma's had a suspension. Still top, aren't we? And these things are going to happen to every team. And maybe if you look at the drop-off, Man City have had a bit of a drop-off, haven't they? Without De Bruyne, and that's just one person. One person. You look at their recent form, ours is all beautiful. Lots of green, with maybe I think there's one grey thing in there, but it's all green. Man City, there's some green in there, but there's a couple of red. Bang. Loss. Lose. I think it is a myth. I think the way where we're worried is centre back. Who's going to injure them then? Who's hard enough to injure Romero and Van der Ven? Anyhow, I think we've got backups. I think Phillips will come on. I think Phillips will be our stand-in. Emma Goat was about to throw hands for his teammates. Yes. Wasn't that great, eh? Wasn't that great? Because that tackle on Brian Hill, man, I didn't like that. I mean, I don't mind, a bit of biff, bit of rough and tumble, but going in from behind and then you've done the job on the pitch, but then you raise your leg to studs up in the back of the leg. That's not cool, man. That should have been a dead set red card. And Emerson saw it, and you wouldn't want Emerson coming at you, would you? You wouldn't want any of our players coming at you, really. But Emerson, we've got a good couple of robust characters in our team, which is great at the moment. What's happening here? So we've got 24 people watching. Hello, everyone. And I'm running out of comments, so maybe this will be a quick stream. I'll just give you a little bit of time, People might. I'll tell you what. I'll go and get a glass of water. I'll go and rehydrate while see if anything else is coming in. Here we go. Let's have a look here. No more comments? Oh, well, might be a quickie. Might be a quick one today. I'll give it a little while. I'll do what remember teachers, I've got all the time in the world. I'm just going to sit here. It's not a lot happening, is there? What day is it? It's Sunday. So it's Saturday night in the UK. It's Sunday morning. Yeah, it's probably a bit of a weak time to stream. I just felt like doing it. That's when I do it. I don't schedule these things. Just want to. I hope you've all seen. I mentioned it last night in a stream, but at Tottenham have got these. I think they're calling them legacy numbers. So they're the numbers that they get when they debut for Tottenham. Tottenham. Good. Thanks, James. I just saw a comment flash up there. um, they Tottenham's Tottenham's website has got a list of year by year and all that. It's a really good read actually. Highlight a few odd players, but if you want to know a bit about Spurs history, it's a really good jumping off point because you can go into that list and then you can then Google players. It'd be nice if they linked. If when you clicked on a player, it would go into more depth about them. That'd be fantastic. But you can always do that yourself. Do a bit of legwork. I love it. I think it's a fantastic idea. James, Richie was the first teammate to acknowledge Sonny after his captaincy announcement. Was that right? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't see. Oh, well, I saw the announcement. I can't remember that, man. I will always support Richie anywhere he goes. Yeah, I think he's doing all right. I don't look. He's not doing a bad job. He's not costing us anything. So good. Good luck to him. I think might be a chance that Brennan Johnson might start ahead of him against Chelsea, who let's not forget have just lost 2-0 to Brentford at home. Our Johnny on the spot, our spy, our sleeper, Mauricio Pochettino, the Harry Palmer of Chelsea. Well, I don't know about that. Is doing his job. He's consigning Chelsea to mediocrity. Are they really going to? Are they going to bounce back? What are they going to bounce back against us next week? Are they Chelsea? Let's see how that goes, eh? Maybe they'll be all fired up. Maybe they'll be motivated, unlike the first 10 games they've played this year. Maybe they'll suddenly find some form. They'll just, materialize. Trust the. I mean, this is the funny thing. Like Postecoglou, he's supposed to be a project manager. He's not a win now manager. You sure about that? You sure he's not a win now manager? I mean, I get what the phrase means. Win now manager just means you buy the most expensive players in the world, or you inherit a squad that's got the most expensive players in the squad, and you get them pointing in the right direction, and you win something. And I'm not downplaying that, because to get into a position where you can command that sort of job and do that with that sort of players, you've got to be good, haven't you? But old Ange, he's a project manager. Don't look at Spurs. It's a project. We're only in year one of the project, man. No, don't look at us. Don't look at us. We're going to win things later on. Might be 2 or 3 years down the track, but not now. No. Thanks, James. Davies wasn't even trying. It looked really bad, didn't it? What's going on, man? Last night he let VDV do it. Yeah, Darren Davis really have to go. They do. Van der Ven was covering him. Davies, I don't know. Maybe just he's got a very concrete idea of his own limitations and doesn't try to exceed them. That's about the way I can put it. There's a couple of times where you could see him second guessing himself and changing his mind about things instead of just maybe just having a go with your original idea. So this is the problem. He has an original idea, then realizes that's not going to work and changes it, and then by then it's too late. Instead of getting the right idea first or trusting himself. But Van der Ven, Van der Ven doesn't seem to break a sweat. Not in a bad way, because he is working his bottom off, but he just seems to be some sort of superhuman. Superhuman. Don't forget, straight off the plane onto the pitch, Van der Ven. Straight off the plane, you're playing. He goes in, he's just unpacked his bags, goes to the dressing room. Hello, I'm Mickey Van der Ven. Oh, there's the team sheet. Shit, I'm on it. Brilliant. Yeah, Van der Ven can go faster. Yeah, no, we haven't seen his true speed yet. He goes just fast enough. Why would you go faster than you need to? Just fast enough, which is always just a bit faster than the opposition. Kev Knight, hey Paul, g'day Kev. Good to see you on again. I took time out. Oh, you watched Chelsea today? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's an totally independent report from Kev Knight. He hasn't got a hat in this ring. He's just a member of Joe Public. He's just a football appreciator, unbiased. What's he say? From what I saw, from what I was saying, they're not to be feared next week. Lots of possession, but no end product. Oh, I love it when teams do that, because, and this is what Man City will. This is how Man City play, except Man City are a bit better up front, but a lot of possession. They rely on it to get their rhythm going, and we'll just disrupt that rhythm. We won't let them do it. We won't let them do it at all. And when we pass around, we're better at it than anyone else. We're better at it. But no end product. It's looking good for another 3 points. If we do it, I mean, I know I'm looking ahead of myself, but if we beat Chelsea, we're going to be top for another week. After 11 games, we're heading towards a third of the season, aren't we? Nearly, we've done a quarter, 25%. Tick, top. I mean, this is the way my stupid brain works. My next one will be 33%. I want to be top tick, 50% top tick, 66 top tick, 75 tick. It is looking good for another 3 points. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. You're sorry, and g'day, man. Morning, Paul and hippies. Ange's win now project has commenced. Yeah, come on, you Spurs. Yeah, just trust the project. Be patient. These things take time, you Saurian. Don't expect anything straight away. It takes years to build a football team. Years. Three-legged dog. Some tongue-in-cheek talk about could our next team be the next Invincibles? Look, I'm not one for all these names, man. I think they're just they get a bit silly, because what have you had? You've had, I can't remember. When I remember the Invincibles, and I thought, nah, that's a bit daft, isn't it? The Invincibles. But I think they had to call them that because there was another team that had some other name. But I can't remember what that was. It was slightly less silly, but kind of saying the same thing. I mean, I don't know what when you've taken the word invincible, where do you go from there? So that's the problem, isn't it? Okay, how can you be better than the Invincibles? This is in Arsenal's head now. Well, they were the Invincibles, aren't they? We can't be better than that because they were perfect. Perfection does not exist. Whereas we've got, I suppose they were calling us the team of the century in '61. That was one, but I mean, we were at that time. People actually, it was a bit like the 4-minute mile until Roger Bannister beat it. It was kind of thought of as a physical, like an impossibility, something a human being couldn't do. A football team can't win the FA Cup and the First Division. It's just too much. Can't be done. Then once we did it, every old muppet did it. But we were first. We were the Roger Bannister. Who does anyone remember who beat Roger Bannister's record? It might have been Landy or someone like that. But generally, Roger Bannister. That's who people remember. Oh, they probably forget Roger Bannister now, because a mile doesn't seem to be as much cop in a lot of the world. Maybe it's because I'm just in Australia and it's all metric over here. Maybe a mile is still a mile in England. A mile is still a mile in America. Kev Knight, you're absolutely right, Paul. I'm totally unbiased. That's it, man. That's it. I think someone's hacked your account and put the Tottenham badge as your avatar. So get on to, I don't know, Kaspersky, Norton, not McAfee, because we all know what happened there. Totally unbiased. However, what I said about Chelsea was in fact spot on. They're toothless at the moment. Fantastic. Well, you know, when Poch was it, was with us, we had Harry Kane, didn't we? So maybe that says something about Poch and Tottenham Hotspur and the way Chelsea are at the moment, you know. Tangent question. I love these. What's it going to be, Asarium? Do you get a bump for doing the Uber thing on a weekend or public holiday, Paul? Oh, well, that is a tangent. Not as such, but I will be going out soon. But good things about weekends is it's kind of more constant. You know, during the week there's a lull during the day, and when there's a lot of demand, then the prices do go up. But you know, no control over that. A lot of the time, though, when it's called a surge in Uber, a lot of the time when there's a surge in Uber, it just counteracts the traffic. Sometimes, I mean, you know, sometimes you get really good ones, but a lot of the time, you know, you might be doing a trip and it might just take you twice as long. So there'll be a surge for it, but as an hourly rate, you're kind of not ahead of the game. And people always whinge about it. Oh, this is costing me $10 for this half-hour drive. It's like, oh, thanks, mate. You know, you do get that from time to time. It's like, oh, well, I was supposed to be, I could earn more at McDonald's. Is that what you want? James Paratrooper, call us tier one operators. I've kind of got an inkling of what that means. Be good to do one of those tier charts at the moment of Premier League football teams. I mean, I just stick up us at the top and everyone else at, you know, the rubbish one, whatever you want to call it. It'd be a very quick stream. So you know, so who's playing tonight? We've got West Ham v Everton. Well, I mean that's a nothing game, isn't it? Poor old Everton at the moment. It's funny. I mean, the Premier League's finding it looks like they're making findings on Everton a lot quicker than Man City. I mean, that's the other thing. Man City could get a points deduction just looming around the corner, which I saw one article said, "Oh, Arsenal are hanging out for news of Man City." It's like, what? Who's top, mate? What? Arsenal, Spurs. So much bias in the media against Tottenham. There really is. Brighton, Fulham. That'd be an interesting game. And Aston Villa, Luton Town. So they should get points there. Um, Newcastle, Wolves, man. We're playing Wolves soon, aren't we? Might be an interesting game, that one. It's a little litmus test. I just get the feeling Newcastle are just not there. They're not there. They had a lot of good feeling and a lot of good spirit behind them. And I know the Newcastle, the Toon Army were getting excited last year. And they did really well to get into the Champions League. They may do the same thing again this year. But more than that, I can't see it at the moment. I say unfortunately, I don't mind Newcastle. Um, I mean, it's relative, isn't it? Because I mean, I do hate every other team apart from Tottenham Hotspur, far the greatest football team the world has ever seen. But you know, there's this stratas of hate. Yeah, sorry, I'm just prepping myself for a week of no Spurs news and thinking of things to yarn about. Yeah, well, there's always something to yarn about. I'll find things to talk about, man. There's not a lot going on out there. It's just blah. Good night, Paul. When I watched your earlier broadcast, you brought up a site with all our former players listed. Yeah, I was wondering if Tottenham have a Hall of Fame area at the stadium or training ground for them. I'm not sure that they do. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think so, but they might do. But it looks like someone at Tottenham is steering the ship around to being a bit more appreciative of our football club history, which is great. I hope we get the gates back. I like to. I mean, if you want to, the site I was looking at, if you just Google Tottenham legacy numbers, it came up first. I didn't have to search hard for it. it just comes up, and it's part of Tottenham Hotspur's official website. But if you just Google it, because I suppose if you go into Tottenham's menu, it'd be all menus, and then they move things around, and then things don't work, and those things are always possible. Spurs website is the worst to look at on a mobile phone. You can't you can't do anything with it. You got to do it in. You got to put it your phone. The best you can do is turn your phone on the side to make the writing a little bit better. That's the best you can do. But yeah, really good little site. Three-legged dog. I see Ange has already written a book. Have you read it? No, I haven't. I've only heard about it, man. I think he probably wrote that in his in hiatus of his football career. But I've heard some of the things he said in it. I don't know if I'd read it. Maybe I'd read one when he's all said and done, and not just what else do I do at the moment? I'm sure that's not the only reason he did it, but I'd like to read one, hopefully in 20 or 30 years' time when he hangs up his whistle. I'll read one there. Although an interesting one, it might be coming out soon. Vince Regari, by fluke, one of my paying customers. He's a Sydney Morning Herald journalist. He's writing a book about Ange. He's just finishing it up. I think it's either coming out in January or he's finishing it by January. And that might be a good read. Well, I'm sure it will be a good read as well. I know Vince has been really on the Ange bandwagon, more so than I've seen any other journo. Like when Ange was hired by Celtic, he was doing the rounds. I saw him on 67 Hail Hail. Hope Hamish is doing all right in Australia, but he was on 67 Hail Hail, Celtic channel, just letting the Celtic fans know about Ange. He was absolutely glowing, and how can you not be? So maybe that would be a good book when it comes out. And might have Vince on. He said he'd come on when he does the book when it's out. So that'd be fun. Sorry, and Paul has an inside connection to. Oh, there we go. Thanks for the prompt. It's always worth doing it, man, because I'm an unreliable witness, man. I'm an unreliable presenter, and sometimes you just need to give me a little prod to keep going. I'm like a wind-up toy, and it's just almost wound. You think it's kind of run out of steam. You give it a poke, and it goes off again a little bit. But thanks, you sorry. James Paratruby, Chelsea is not our litmus test. I agree with that, man. I absolutely agree. And I've never thought of them as our litmus test. I know, the records and all that, and it's a hard game, but I just don't feel that, because in my mind, because basically my mind hasn't grown since I was 12. I think that was about the peak operating capacity when I was 12, maybe 13, 15. Anyway, around that time, Chelsea were in Division 2. So, it's what I think of them. We will turn them over. I think the test would be Wolves. It's an interesting one. They seem to be a pretty tough outfit to get past to Wolves, especially at home. Newcastle, I think Liverpool had a bit of trouble against them as well, even though we beat Liverpool 2-0. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. Maybe it's a tough ground to play away at. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to every challenge that gets put in front of us. You don't just get given the Premier League title. Every team has to earn it. Even when, at the time it might look like, they've won this game 2-0, that one 3-0. Every game, every week presents a different challenge that a team's got to overcome, and only one team is going to do it consistently and well enough to win the damn thing. At the moment, we are that team. The challenges we faced, brand new manager, new players, Brentford, first challenge, away. We came through really well. What other challenges? Arsenal, they were lucky. They were lucky to get 2-2, but 2-2 is a good result at Library, isn't it? Didn't you know there's a football match in progress? Shh. The library. Um, Luton, 10 men still did it. Liverpool, we still did it. We're just, whatever's happening, we're just, if when you're watching the games, you can see these challenges kind of being presented in front of you. It's like, okay, to win this game, Tottenham, here's something. Here's something you weren't expecting, because football always does that. And every time we've beaten the challenge. But that's going to be great for our players' mentality, that they're coming up against obstacles and just going past them. And I like what Ange says about his style of play. It's like, well, hassling, getting them off the ball, pressing, I think they call it these days. And just saying, well, look, they're seeing the rewards because the number of times we've done that and it leads to a goal. Okay, well, you're going to keep doing it, aren't you? We're all simple. Some of us like to think we're all sophisticated. We're pretty basic creatures when it comes down to it. Something good happens, you want to do it again. That's what Ange is doing. Simple, man. Simple. Not complicated. James Paratrooper, Gary O'Neill is really turning Wolves into a decent side. I really rate Gary. Yeah, well, he was kind of tossed out by Bournemouth, and I mean that was a great move. Bournemouth don't look like they're doing too well, was it? They beat Burnley, but they seem to have regressed over last year. All this talk about, oh well, we thought we'd get in a manager that can actually progress Bournemouth as a football club. It's like, well, Gary O'Neill, Bournemouth's a relegation team, aren't they? That's Bournemouth a relegation team. One of these bounce up and down every season teams. Gary O'Neill kind of got them past that. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Interesting game. Archibald, we'll take more care of you. Archibald. Hi, Paul. Neto pulled a hamstring. Wolves looked the lesser side without him. Don't like to say it, but every claim. Yeah. Look, if Arsenal's injuries, for example, I cheer. Oh, you shouldn't wish injury on people. Look, there's plenty of people pulling hamstrings all over in the world that I don't care about. So why should I care about our bitter rival getting one? There's plenty more bad stuff going on in the world. If I cared about everything, God, bloody hell, hippie that I am, I would have a nosebleed every day. Me enjoying, a groin injury, a tweak here and there. It's not going to stop it or make it happen. But yeah, adds to the narrative. Spurs were lucky they had players injured. I mean, injuries just happen in football. That's you don't go. You never go season unscathed. Look. A thought popped into my mind about the UEFA Cup final in '84. How many injuries and suspensions and God knows what did we have there? But we won it. A challenge was put in front of us. There's no Steve Perryman for you tonight. There's no Glenn Hoddle. There's an Aussie coming back from injury, but you're going to have to rely on a lot of other players. No Ray Clements. What did we do? We won. Paul Knight, there were one or two amongst the players in that list that deserve a statue in their honour. Bill Nicholson and Walter Toll. Yeah. Hey, why not? It's good shouts. To name but two, there are numerous others. I could mention. Yeah. I mean, there's loads of this. I mean, I'm all for a statue. And the question then becomes who, because the obvious candidate is Bill Nicholson. Maybe Arthur O. I'd go Peter McWilliam as well. But I mean, they're good choices, aren't they? As long as they're not colder than you. I mean, a Harry Kane statue, no. You need a bit of time and distance. Walter Tull, why not? Why not? That was an interesting bit of news I didn't even know, or history I didn't know about Walter Tull. Why not? Yeah, but I don't want to see statues of I don't want to see statues of Harry Kane and Gareth Bale. Yeah, I want to go back a bit. Maybe Gary Mabbott, Steve Perryman, something like that. Danny Blanchflower. So my picks would be Danny Blanchflower and Bill Nicholson because they achieved the most with us. But You know, they wouldn't have achieved what they achieved if people. That's what I like about this site, because if we achieve success now, it's not just now, it's off the back of every single one of these players. In their own way, they've all got us to where we are now. You know, if all of them had been like useless and rubbish and fans had lost interest, we wouldn't have a football club. But they've all done their part, every single one of them, to get us where we are now. Uh, it's not the library. It's not the library Emirates. Wolves fans go wild and loud. Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's great. Bit of adversity, bit of hostility. I like that on away games. Good. Because we did, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Because we didn't get our Arsenal, they all just shut up, didn't they? One goal down. Oh, they ain't going to win anything. How can you win anything when you got that happening in the crowd? It's just like that shows. It's like a total lack of mass conscious lack of self belief. They get, you know, they lose the team on the pitch, lose their way against their biggest rival, Tottenham Hotspur. And what do the fans do? Nothing. Nothing. The entitlement of Arsenal fans. The entitlement. It's pervasive, isn't it? Sorry, and every one of our wins will prompt a new excuse from experts. Yeah, I'm more than happy to keep them being underestimated. You know, this is the Leicester City story as well. I mean, now that it's all in the rear view mirror, I think people are much more fulsome of praise of that Leicester City team. But at the time, no, it was like they were Keystone Cops bumbling their way to a title. They're never going to do it. But they had that whatever. Sometimes a team just gets that thing, the mojo. And they're the last man standing. That's the Premier League, man. It's the last man standing. Last man standing. That's the winner. It's the ultimate test in football to me. The top flight division title. Then you're like Leicester City were absolutely the best team that year. I didn't feel, because we were you know in the mix for some of that season. I didn't feel that we were, you know, I was hopeful, you know, but I didn't seriously feel it that we were going to win it. You know, I was hoping we would, but you know, whereas this year I feel great. Bring on the excuses. Love it. James Paratrooper, we need a statue for the great Ange Postecoglou. You know what? Give it, if he's here for 10, 20 years and he becomes like an Alex Ferguson for the club, then yes, why not? Why not? You know, this is just the start. This is what I'm so happy about. It's just the start of what Ange can do, what our team can do. It's incredible. We need a statue for the great Ange Postecoglou, Tottenham legend. Yes. Kev Knight, I totally agree with you, Paul. Historic players from yesteryear would best suit a statue because it gets people talking. Who's that, Grandad? Who's that, Granny? Oh, well, that's Danny Blanchflower. He was one of the most intelligent people ever to play football, because he said before the 60-61, you've got to have big nuts to say something like this, haven't you? Before the game, before a ball's even been played, he said, we've got a good side here. We're going to win the double. I mean, who says that? Who comes out and says we're going to win the double, and then off you go and do it? Brilliant. Would and Steve Perryman be right up there? Well, you know, he's got to be honoured in some way, Steve Perryman, isn't he? Over 800 appearances, 1969 to 1986. I'm just glad I got to see him play live. I really am. He was a great captain. Daniel Azia, good evening, Paul. I hope Forest get a result out of Liverpool tomorrow, but I very highly doubt it. Whether they do or not don't matter, does it? Liverpool as a whole are getting annoying. Getting? Yeah, come here, lad. Yeah, we're the fucking league champions, ain't we? So I don't know about getting. I think you're getting your tenses mixed up there. But yeah, they're always annoying. Always annoying. Klopp is annoying. Klopp is he's just a bad loser, whiner, clippity Klopp. He hasn't been broken in yet. He is Mr. Ed on ketamine. Clippity Klopp gets the EBGBs. Anything doesn't go his perfect way. If it doesn't, he can't accept change. That guy. He was all Mr. Rock and Roll. Hey, we play heavy metal. Yeah, heavy metal football. No, you don't, mate. It's not heavy metal. It's more like Brotherhood of Man at the moment, isn't it? Bucks Fizz. Um, and the more they do badly, the more annoying he gets. He can't, like, when they're on a roll, he's good. He's a good manager. But when they're not on a roll, I don't think Klopp is a good manager. That's why they tend to do that a bit. Sometimes they'll do that, but a lot of the time it's that. A team plays in their manager's image. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. We're just calm. Arthur Fonzarelli FC, just getting the job done, taking care of business. That's what we are. James Paratrooper, Tottenham away fans were super loud. Oh, I loved it. I loved watching the game and hearing that, man. It was so much fun. That's all I could hear was "Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Spurs!" I couldn't hear what the Palace fans were singing. No idea. No idea. Super loud and going bonkers throughout the Crystal Palace game. Yeah, it was amazing. Good on them. Good on them. They're doing us proud, the away fans. All fans are at the moment. Love it. And Angie's right. Why not? We've had enough pain at this club. Pain might come again, but right now we're in remission. It's great. Light at the end of the tunnel. Archibald. Did you see the whole other after game thing with Bentancur? I certainly did, man. Yes, in front of our fans, our team spirit seems second to none. It's great to see. Great to see. Yeah, I saw that. I saw clips of that on Chris Cowlin had a upload, and I saw We Are Tottenham TV. Ben and Sim did an upload as well. Fantastic. Yeah, the team were all over Bentancur. Bentancur, when he was coming on, when he was warming up, the fans were off on it already, weren't they? Singing Bentancur's song, just waiting for him to come on. No wonder he was happy. That's great to see. I mean, that's got to lift you, hasn't it? It's got to lift you. So good to have him back. I mean, that's really when our season last year, it was kind of but when Bentancur got injured, that was it. Done. I mean, I'm just excited to see what he can add to us, add to our team. Who goes? Is it going to be Basuma or Sarr? A bit of rotation? I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to work. It's just going to all unfold. I just have to sit here and do nothing. Ange will take care of all that. He will just tell us the story. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it, watch it unfold in front of me. He's going to pick this player and that player and do this and do that. I just have to do nothing. Just, hey, all right, this is cool. I like doing nothing. Speaking of which, I'll go for another couple of minutes because today I cannot do nothing. I've got to go out and do my service to society. Only thing Gooners... And you know what? Just a little side note on this. In recent years, I've been getting interested in foraging, because there's lots of plants and stuff that grow out there. And when you start, this sounds like an ultimate hobo thing, but I don't see it that way because I think it just shows how much we've been brainwashed as a society. When you start learning what's out there, that's just growing out there that you can eat, it's weird. It's like that's what your brain is like. As soon as you learn this particular plant is edible, you only have to learn it once and eat it once, and then next time you're walking around, it's like it jumps out at you. So I think that's what we should be like, a bit more like hunter-gatherers. We all have to buy food in plastic containers now, and it's all rubbish. Whereas you pick it straight out. I mean, I've been in the park because dock leaves are great. Great sauce. They're like super spinach. So I'll be picking a few up. If I'm out fishing, I'll be. People think I'm a nutcase. Well, I suppose I am. But I'm eating the best food you could ever get on the planet. Straight. Beautiful. And when you're eating it that way, you don't need as much because it's so full packed of nutrition. Anyway, the only thing Gooners chant is Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. Is that it? That's really lame, isn't it? You think after, I don't know, how long have Arsenal been going now? What, 30 years or something? They'd have a better song than that. I don't know Arsenal's history. I don't know. Well, since they came up and invaded our thing, I suppose I do know that. I can't have it both ways, can I? That's what people say. You can't have it both ways. Yes, I can. I can have it any bloody way. I can have it three ways if I want. Yeah, that is rubbish, though, Arsenal. It's a bit like, the thing that disappoints me about Australian fans is always Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. And it just, me and a mate were at the gold medal soccer football match at the Sydney 2000 Olympics, which was super fun. Super fun. It was Spain versus Cameroon. It was brilliant. And me and my mate, we were, singing songs. We turn around, we get songs, and when we finish, they just clap us. It's like, no, no, for all that's good in the universe, you're supposed to join in with us. We're not doing a performance for you. It's participation art. You're all supposed to get in there and sing with us. No, no, sit down. I can't see. So, I think it's different. I think that might be general public. I have seen different things at football games when I've been lower level, but like at the top level, it's just Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. And I was at the Ashes one year. I was with the bar. I was going with the Barmy Army because I support England as far as cricket goes, and it was fun. Songs all day, brilliant. And then Australia, Aussie, 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 oi, oi. And it didn't take long before every time they did Aussie, 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 the Barmy Army would just go wank, 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 and it's very appropriate. Start singing, Australia. Come on, man. Come on, you can do it. It's fun. Let it all go. Let it all hang out. Rock and roll. Kev Knight, Brentford's second goal today against Chelsea was hilarious. Oh, great. Was it a goalkeeper cock up or something? Oh, here we go. Chelsea keeper came up for a late corner to get an equaliser. Oh, no. Oh, brilliant. Oh, the old keeper going up for the box. I saw that happening. Yeah, that was in our game as well. When their keeper came up, I thought, oh, if this bobbles out, this is going to be great. So it actually happened against Chelsea. Came up for a late corner to get an equaliser, but it broke two Brentford players who just ran up the pitch to an open goal. Oh, magnificent. But, I mean, that's the risk. And I guess if I was in the shoes of chasing a goal, if it's like the last gasp of the match, why you've got to go for it, haven't you? Because sometimes it works. It works well. Remember, it was a while ago now. I think it was Carlisle. Was it Carlisle? Carlisle were going to get relegated out of the football league, and they had a goalkeeper in on loan called Charlie Glass. Charlie Glass. He barely played for him. In on loan. Last kick of the game, man. This corner. If Carlisle scored, they stayed in the football league. If they didn't, they were out. That was it. That was it. They're in dark times. Charlie Glass goes up. I think it was a volley, or I think he controlled it and banged it in. He became a folk hero overnight in Carlisle. So it can work. I think it's worth the risk in certain situations, but it is hilarious when it don't work. So well done. So it was 1-0 up until then. That'll be in their heads. Great. But it was okay. In fairness to Chelsea, I mean, that's what I would probably do as well. Might as well. If you're going to lose 1-0, you might as well lose 2-0. But it is a comedy. Brilliant. James Paratrooper. Tottenham should play classic games on their YouTube channel so younger fans could appreciate the club's legacy. Yeah, it'd be a nice idea, wouldn't it? There's probably all sorts of rights issues and stuff like that. This complex web of IP, intellectual property laws. But you can see a lot out there. There's a lot out there. I'm enjoying. I'm going through a bit of a 70s phase at the moment. But there's loads out there from the 80s. Not so much from the 60s, but yeah, be good. Sorry, some bloke named Harry in the Bundesliga scored a goal from the halfway line. I saw that, man. Yeah, over the goalie, well off his line. Yeah, well done, Harry. Well done, Harry. Yeah, I want him to have fun over there. Bugger it. I'm going to finish up it, actually. I'm going to finish up on... I'll finish up on this one. I see what you're saying there. Three-legged dog. Aussies just don't sing. I don't know why. Just don't be embarrassed. Let it all go. It's fun. James Paratrooper, there's a different feeling when our team celebrates a goal compared to other teams. Our team look like Sonny's personality is rubbing off on them. Yes, man. They really seem to care for one another. Yeah. When their backs against the wall, they're in it for each other. When we're on top, we're celebrating together. It's wonderful. It's a great feeling at Spurs at the moment. There's no doubt about it. That's half the battle. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to go out and do an honest day's work, and some point in the day, I'll pull over and do a video, hopefully near a tree or something nice to look at. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for all you likers and subscribers. If you're watching it afterwards, I hope you've enjoyed it. And until next time, peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.